I think that the first thing we need to acknowledge when we're talking about academic censorship is that this is not just a UK issue, this is a global issue, but that in particular we see in Palestine what the Zionists want to do with academia when we see that every single university in Gaza has been destroyed, razed to the ground. Rubble is all that's left, and they have selectively assassinated significant numbers of staff, including the people in charge of these universities. So we see what the Zionists want to do, and we see that is the context for all of the attacks they've been making over many years in the West and in, of course, the UK. I was a victim myself, being sacked by the University of Bristol in 2021 for some comments I made about Zionist organisations. So this is a live issue which is having a deeper and deeper effect in the UK in terms of people's jobs lost, students expelled, visas denied. It will only get worse unless our society learns that you have to fight back against this kind of thing. There is a dramatic increase in pressure on academics and indeed on students in the universities. We see that, of course, with the pressure on the student encampments that there are around about the country, which is an indication of that. But I would see it as wider than that. This is a campaign by the Zionists to remove especially Muslims from public life. So there are tons of complaints made to the General Medical Council about doctors, to the Solicitors Disciplinary Panel about solicitors and lawyers, and to all sorts of other professional bodies. This is an attempt to drive Muslims out of public life, because Muslims are much more likely to raise the question of Palestine. And so I think we need to see this not just in the context of ideas about censorship, but indeed in terms of a witch hunt against Muslims in public life, and indeed a witch hunt against anyone who will talk about Palestinian rights.
Well, it's clearly become a big focus in the Academy. I mean, Palestine's always been a major area of interest. That has brought a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. But yeah, it's very much in the spotlight at the moment. Lots of people being attacked for their work on Palestine, lots of people being smeared and attempting to silence people for pointing out what has clearly been demonstrated to be a case of genocide against the Palestinian people. So the work for Palestine and for Palestinian liberation has never been more important. In my opinion, is an attempt to silence legitimate criticism. It's an attempt to try and get us to stop scrutinising the actions of the Israeli state, which, as the International Court of Justice, as the International Criminal Court, and as lots of nation states around the world have clearly highlighted, that is acting in a way that is contrary to international law, and that is something that is obviously deeply problematic, and that is something that the Israeli government will not be wanting to have allegations levied against them.